Painting is very powerful. It's its own reality. And if someone can be pulled in and start fusing the reality of the painting and the surface with their imagination, it can be a great vehicle for discovering other worlds or parts of your mind. Sort of like poetry, you might not realize everything at once, but you're putting together these abstract elements when you look at a painting that later coalesce and take on more meaning, personally to you. And I want my paintings to be a vehicle for that. I want them to help people discover themselves and our world. In their own personal way. I want you to relate to the geography. I use that as a jumping off point. There may be suggestions of rocks or pillars, but I don't want it to definitely be rock or water. I like making areas that look like water. They could be red or green, but it still feels like water. I don't want the geography to be logical. When we really experience something, it's not logical. We're shifting, we're looking up, we're looking down, across. So I don't want to do like a space from one perspective. I'm going to just create it as if I were experiencing the landscape and I'm focusing on one thing or stepping back and looking at the whole landscape and all the different parts of it. That's something that traditional Chinese landscape painters, you know, in this Sung dynasty did. Don't put that in there. It's a process of discovery for me, just the way it is when someone looks at it. I'm trying to find what the piece wants to be. So I'm trying to constantly listen to the painting, to the materials, to my mind and what it's trying to intuitively touch on. What it needs to express this mark or this area. Even if I see a color as I go up to my palette and it just hits me, so I have to, I'm gonna start with that color. And if a brush falls or it just is calling me, then I'm going to use that brush. And sometimes your fingers know where to hit and make that mark, even better than a brush. I mean, I want to feel my paintings. I want all my different emotions and ways I'm projecting and reflecting on the painting to come across and touch on the same emotions in other people. The more of that goes on, the deeper it is. You know, it's been looked at from all these different angles and discovered. I mix a lot of my own paint. I get these really specific colors that become a part of that painting and make it very distinctive. There's that specific feeling to a certain variation on the pink or red or the blue. That pink has to communicate exactly with that type of blue, or it's not going to work. One blue will work a little bit, one blue will work a little bit more, and the final blue is the one. So I'll have to mix up a bunch of that color that I finally figured out works perfectly in that painting.